Hello everybody, I'm Paul Higgins and welcome to Shanghai, China for the 2014 Kia World Extreme Games. We've got a great show and this is what you can expect. Coming up, we'll be looking at some Inline Street, but first, let's take a look at Warapaj Bunam.
My name is Soichiro Kanashima from Japan. I'm 27 years old. I'm doing inline skating. Woo!
We have a really good group, so it's like more just kind of really fun. Like we all just have a good time skating together. I got my own blades. I got to design them so they fit me really well and work just how I like them to work. Shanghai, I like that it's big and crazy. It's like a melting pot, you know, like all the different influences.
You can be creative and there's no rules. You can just free your mind and just go. I think that's what inspired me doing it every time, because I have fun doing it. What do I like about Shanghai? There's a lot of things. I guess food, place, people, coming to see like all your friends here, you know, in Shanghai. That's what makes like Shanghai trip more interesting, you know, and more fun.
Hello everybody and welcome to the street course here at the Kia World Extreme Games, the 2014 edition, as we get set for the aggressive Inline Street. And we have 2 rounds coming to your way, 10 skaters in all, and 5 will try to make it to the final. We break it down for you in this extremely tight course. It's 2 heats of 5, 3 45-second runs. And again, the top 5 overall advance into the final.
Wake starting out with a 900 right away. That's interesting because this is the first round of the semifinals, and in the prelims, the guys I think were a lot more careful to be consistent. Now they're taking chances. They know only 5 advance, and so whereas Wake was doing really 540s earlier in the prelims, he's starting out with a 900. So you can see that the energy and the amplitude's all being stepped up here for the semifinals.
As Arlo mentioned, this is Wake Shetman out of the USA, a young skater, and again, he's judged on creativity, style, difficulty of tricks, using the entire course and not falling.
He is a young skater. In fact, the youngest in the field. He's only 17, graduated high school early, so now he gets to travel around with the Nitro Circus as a performer skating on their mega ramp. Well, at this point, these are all really great skaters, but Carrillo has some fantastic street video sections that you can see online. He's famous for doing really big, dangerous tricks on street.
Carrillo starts off really fast, and again, Arlo, going back to when I first commentated when you were skating back in Rhode Island, and some of the early extreme games. Your thoughts about attacking the course with speed? I mean, that's what you did. You were very aggressive out there when you skated. Your thoughts, if you were judging this, do you like to see the speed?
Absolutely. You want to see a guy charging and attacking the course, as you say, and hitting a lot of obstacles. But what Carrillo's doing really well here is he's also getting some difficult tricks in. He's not just cruising around the course, he's putting in a lot of difficulty.
Two skaters, and they have successfully completed their runs without falling. Decides not to wear a helmet in favor of that, or is it kind of your choice?
Oh, as he goes down. Yeah, it's at the skater's discretion. I mean, the truth is, however you feel about it, in their natural element, most of these guys don't wear helmets on street.
Right.
As we talk about that, the skater who we just saw, Carrillo, is wearing a helmet, and it's because a couple weeks ago he actually had a really scary head injury. So every once in a while something like that happens that reminds you it is a dangerous sport, and it's like, how much do you want to risk it? Your head's sort of a precious commodity.
No doubt about it. So you kids at home, make sure you sport a helmet. If again, these are professional skaters. As Arlo said, they are the best skaters in the world.
And even they get hurt.
And they get hurt. So if you have one particular run, one particular line that you've been doing, if you mess up in it, do you change it for your second or third run, or you still keep pounding it out?
Yeah, I think it actually works the other way. There he goes. 540 to Alip Sol or Soyal. I think what they try to do is land the run that they have planned, and then they try to step it up from there. Like they'll use the same line, but they'll add a little bit of difficulty to the tricks. 360 to Sol.
Oh, just got back on his heels.
Almost pulled it out.
Looks like he's having fun, though, even though he fell, and that's part of it. That's why they skate. It's a lot of fun to do. They just happen to be so good at it. They're professionals, and this is what they do for a living.
Yeah, it's too bad, you know, because honestly, the runs that we've seen in this first heat, just looking at the line, I think Chin's got a really good line there.
He does, yeah.
It's just a matter of landing those tricks.
Takeshi Yasutoko from Japan. His highest score is a 74.33. Definitely has the ability to build on that score.
Well, sure, and the way this first round's gone, I mean, it's there for the taking.
Yeah.
He can easily make it into the finals with a good run here.
Keeps his hat on that time. And then gets rid of it.
So this is what we expect from Takeshi. Big airs, a lot of amplitude going through the course. 360 to frontside Royale up on the coping. Liu Kang 360 over the spine, just flying around the course. Now setting up fakie for the handrail. 270 backslide.
So Takeshi Yasutoko using the entire course, staying up on his skates. Time winding down, working on that 74.33.
540. You know, if he finishes, you expect to see his score go up here.
You wonder if he can get in the 80s there. Total of 10 skaters in these two heats. We've seen heat number 1, and check it out. 76.67 for Kirill. He's currently in the lead. Takeshi Yasutoko at 75.33 could still make it. Stay tuned. There's more exhilarating action coming to you after the break. What a great competition we have in the book so far. 5 skaters we have seen. Now we see 5 fresh faces, including our gold medalist from last year, Soichiro Kaneshima. First off, CJ Wellsmore from Australia comes in.
Let's watch this guy attack this course. I mean, he's really going to charge and fly through this thing. But what makes him special,
Whoa.
look at that boost. Right into the big double grab 360 over the box, but he's also really good on the handrails and the grind, so he's the total package. Case in point right there. I mean, that was beautiful stuff.
In our first 5 skaters, only 1 skater finished his entire run without falling. And this young man is already out doing it to start heat number 2.
I mean, I hate to say it, but it's bad news for all those guys on the bubble from the first heat. I mean, this is a really stacked field here in the second round. Awesome. 270 into the embankment. And whereas we saw all those guys going down in the first heat, I mean, CJ just came out and killed it with his very first run. So he's got 2 more runs left now. He can do whatever he wants because that's going to be a great score.
And an 85.33 for Wellsmore. That's the highest score of the day. The weather's starting to cool off a little bit, but it should not affect the skaters because there's no real moisture in the air right now, so they shouldn't have to worry about that.
And Richie's from Canada, so cold doesn't bother him.
Yeah, no doubt. Now him going off the course like that, does that,
Well, there's no penalty for it.
No penalty, yeah.
It's all about your time. As long as you get back in and take advantage of every second you've got out there. There you go, 270 topside sole. Now, Richie missed a lot of tricks in his first run, so he's got a lot of room for improvement. And already you see him much cleaner run, except for the little stroll
goes
through
down
the grass.
hard.
Yeah, you can see the frustration. Does he look ready?
He looks ready. He's in right now. He's got a second best score of the competition.
Big jump into the bank, a lot of speed, carrying it through the course with style. I like it when a guy looks comfortable.
Yeah.
Big stale 360, learned that from his coach, Michael Palick, the stale Japan grab. True spin, mistrial. Nice move on the handrail. Disaster X grind, so this is a good run.
Warapaj is putting on a good run. Again, using the entire course. If you're at home judging, we say the 3 words: creativity, style, difficulty of tricks, and he's got it all together right now.
Yeah, big flat spin over the spine. You talk about getting everything. Earlier we were talking about what those great grinds that he was doing, and then we just saw some big airs going upside down over the spine. So that was a really solid run from Warapaj.
Arlo, if we had a telestrator here, you would paint this whole,
yeah,
because he used the entire course, everything. It was amazing.
He carved it up, that's for sure. You know, it's interesting, Yuto's in, but he has not had his perfect run yet.
Right, yeah.
So
maybe he's a
fairly
dark horse.
certain he's going to want to clean it up here. Well,
Yeah.
He was our second place finisher last
Right.
year. So he's not shown what he's capable of yet. So I don't think he's looking at this as a free run. I think he's trying to work out the kinks.
Yeah, that's a good point. And he might just sneak up on you and just blow it away.
That's a
in
great
final.
trick right there.
Yeah.
Off of the bank, spinning fakie into the sweat stance.
In his run, what is the hardest thing you think he's done so far? He's compacted so many different tricks, but if you were to break, say, Paul, this is what he's done that's the hardest, what would it be so far?
Well, probably that trick that we saw, the jumping off of the bank all the way up to the, it's probably about a 4-foot jump, and
Right.
then landing sweat stance is a difficult trick.
We'll see if he adds that into his finals run, which he'll have 3 of
But
coming up.
usually one of Yuto's strengths is his consistency. He
Yeah.
does hard tricks, and he hits them all. And that was certainly his best run. So
Kaneshima could change that, so that's a huge deal breaker what Goto just did.
well, maybe he's opened it up for the Japanese skaters. I mean, they were our top 2 last year, and now it's time to wake up, Soichiro.
Right, and he's definitely bringing it.
There you go. Jumping up, alley-oop top horn. Wall ride to fish brain. Now he's doing it. 540, big mute grab, clean and beautiful. This is what we want to see from Soichiro.
And again, he won the event last year.
There you go, 360 Makyo grind. See, he's feeling it.
Yeah, defending champ.
Oh man, he just made us sweat a little bit.
Drama.
Soichiro.
Falls at the last few seconds. He had about 15 seconds when he fell, inside 15 seconds, but that first 2/3 of his run was pretty solid.
Certainly, that's what you expect from Soichiro, and that's the kind of skating we're going to need to see in the finals from him if he wants to repeat.
Heat number 2 is in the books. Now we take a look at the results of the aggressive inline street. Round number 1, heat number 2. Yuto Goto, of course, from Japan with that last run of 85.67. He improves his score and he will get in the final, as will CJ Wellsmore, Warapaj Bonin, and Soichiro Kaneshima. So that's a look at the 5 of the result number 2, but let's now take a look at who will be in the final. And the aggressive inline final will look like this. Kirill will make it. The rest we've already witnessed. Soichiro, Warapaj, CJ Wellsmore, and Yuto Goto qualifying first. The Kia World Extreme Games will be right back with more heart-pumping action after the break. The stage is set as we welcome you back to the Kia World Extreme Games 2014 edition for the aggressive inline street final. We've seen 10 skaters, and now we've narrowed it down to 5. The 5 top skaters that enter this competition, well, they are going to play host to 3 different runs as they try to attack this course to finish with gold, silver, and bronze. We'll take a look at how this all breaks down. 5 athletes compete. They get 3 45-second runs, and the highest overall score wins. That means if you fall on your first or second run, well, no big deal. You still got that 3rd run to go. So we've talked about the runs. How about the competitors? We have 5 exceptional competitors that made it into this final. CJ Wellsmore, you're getting a good look at him right there. He was leading the pack until our last skater went. And here is a look at the top 5 that enter this competition. Kirill Galushko from Russia. And then Soichiro Warapaj Bonin from Thailand. CJ Wellsmore got in, as you just saw him just moments ago. And Yutu Goto with the highest overall score from Japan. So 2 Japanese skaters, and they represent Japan, and we will see how they will fare in this competition. Hi everybody, I'm Paul Higgins, along with Arlo Eisenberg, and welcome back to the street course as we get set for this aggressive inline final. And Arlo, in between the last heat and this final, you had an opportunity to talk to the judges. And how's the sense? And what do you think is going to be shaping up for this? Because obviously you've got a number of judges. They don't always agree. That's why we have separate judges with separate score sheets.
I think there was a little bit of controversy and discussion over Takeshi's score from the first round. I think some of them thought maybe he had the best score, and of course only one rider advanced out of that heat, so the best score in the first round was not just academic, it determined who was going to be in the finals. But Kirill made it, so you can make an argument either way. I mean, he had great runs, he's a great skater, and the bottom line is we've got a great final set. This is 5 really talented skaters.
And this is Kirill dropping in. As Arlo mentioned, he's the only skater out of heat number 1 in round 1 to advance to the final.
But I'll tell you what, the skating that got him out of the first round is not going to cut it here in the finals. He's got to step it up. There you go, 360.
And he was able to watch the 5 skaters that just went as we were, so he got some ideas, and as Arlo mentioned, he does have to step it up, and this is a pretty decent run to start the first run of the competition.
Yeah, the 360 into the Mizu was a difficult trick. No time to lollygag here.
Yeah, I was going to say
keep
that.
it going.
You got to take the full 45 seconds if you want to end up on the podium.
There you go.
Yeah.
So backside royale on the handrail, jumping to that flat angle iron ledge.
Representing Russia, Galushko gets us started in our aggressive inline final.
Yeah, it was a good run. For some reason, he doesn't look too pumped on it. You know, these guys have been skating all day,
yeah.
So they are exhausted out there.
So he's got an 82.33 Warapaj does. CJ Wellsmore had some really good scores, his first one.
Riding the line. He started out fakey 180 into the bank. So now CJ's never short on energy. Even when his legs are getting tired, he brings it. Big tail grab air. Right into 270 backside Favre. 540 transfer with the mute grab. Great line from CJ. He's been crushing it all day.
How do you compare this with his first run of heat number 2?
You're talking about CJ's?
Yeah, CJ's. He came out and just blasted it, remember?
I think it's right on par with that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a lot of energy. Everything's clean. This is great. And as I say that, he goes down.
And that was with time winding down. So CJ Wellsmore, he doesn't seem too stoked about that run. I know he did not want to fall at the end.
Yeah,
it's got to be gassed,
It's
too.
a bummer of a way to end it.
And Yuto looking on, so an 80.67 for CJ. He's currently in 2nd place.
Yeah, it's a good sign. I was curious to see how much the judges would penalize him for that fall at the end, and he still broke the 80s. Backside mistrial, 270 back in. It's a really cool way to start. Yeah, 360 into the bank. This is looking great. And then, see, he's still on his feet, but you can't miss those tricks.
Right. And you could tell he's a little dejected at that point.
Well, because he knows.
Yep.
You know, with 45 seconds, that's that great transfer to the sweat stance. But with only 45 seconds, you really can't afford to miss tricks. It counts. He went 450 to the backslide, and then getting monkey plant over the spine ramp.
Oh, gosh, did he save that for himself right there? Again, he's getting more and more frustrated. He waited to his third run of heat number 2 to really blast a good run. Seems a little frustrated right there.
Well, really,
all right, he's getting fired up. Let's see what he's got. His second run.
well, he waved off the end of his last run, so let's see if that helps him try and save those legs. So far, so good. Fakie 360, true Macchio. Which, by the way, is not just a throwaway trick. That is a really impressive trick, one of the more impressive tricks out here. Transferring up to the alley-oop horn.
Up on that big box.
540, I love the style on that. So cool, he grabs the mute. Backslide transfer.
So Kaneshima definitely putting on a better run than he did his first one out.
Yeah, and that's when we knew he was feeling it in the previous heat when he hit that 360 Macchio. There you go. Another true Macchio.
So Kaneshima will improve on that 37.67. Kaneshima actually moves into first place, and Boonen goes to third. So I'm not sure if he knows that as he drops in.
Well, he knows he's got a good run, so there should be some spots here where he tries to step it up a little bit. Big air transfer into the big wall bank.
Huge air.
Inverted, flat spin 360. True mistrial.
So Arlo, he's off to a good start in this run.
He is. It's a great run, but it's the same line. I mean, if the judge, he needs to find a place where he can give the judges a reason to boost up that score. There you go, big flat spin over the spine.
He's got a smile on his face after that one.
He's got 2 guys that have moved ahead of him, so he's got to be looking for places to add points.
Yeah. In a blink of an eye, he had 2 of them go by him.
So yeah.
Back down the rail, comes in Fakie, and time winds down. Stayed up on his skates.
So this is what they have to compete with. Either you've got to bring more amplitude to offset those technical grinds, or you've got to add a little more difficulty in your grinds.
CJ's just flying around this course right now.
And that's what CJ has going for him. He has the most energy of any skater out here.
Definitely.
There he goes. He just stepped it up right there. He got to switch up on top of that sub box. He's switching it up now. These are all new tricks for CJ. We haven't seen these in any of the previous rounds.
This is what we talked about in the second heat. How much do you show? Well, he didn't show it all because obviously he's got some tricks up his sleeve.
Fakie wall ride over the sub box, 0 spin into the backside rail, 270 into the bank. This is a great run for CJ.
Arlo, this is a very smart run.
It is. That's what you have to. You have to give the judges an excuse to boost your score. You can't keep showing them the same run because they've already scored it a million times. You got to give them something new to look at.
It's back in the lead, so it's nice to see the judges agree with us.
And it adds pressure back on these guys.
Yeah.
So you can't rest on those high scores. This is the finals. You got to keep bringing it.
So Goto in his second
Big
run.
360.
And that's landing on flat, too.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the trick he's been missing. That's the way to nail it. Alley-oop topside acid, and then he spins out of it, so he's spinning into and out of tricks.
And Arlo, you can see it in his face.
Sweat stands, yeah, focus, right?
He's definitely focused.
Fish brain, here we go. That was kind of a wasted part of the line. Not sure what he meant to do there. In fact, he looks like he's losing a little bit of energy, which is a shame because he started out great.
Oh, he falls there.
Very curious.
He put up his hand like one, like maybe, I thought he meant like one more.
Well, sometimes when they put their hands up, they're signaling to the judges that they did a trick switch.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's what he meant.
There you go, Goto, and we'll see if the judges like this score better than his 84 that he had in his previous run. As he waited for that second run to unleash some new tricks. Galushko, he's got to really bring it to improve on the 76.
Yep, wall ride to topside acid. Another topside acid on the quarter pipe. Savannah.
And folks, this is the final run for Galushko as we are in the third run of the competition of the final.
That's nice, 270 Savannah.
And you know, he'll learn a lot from this final here, this young man.
I was gonna say, based on what we've seen so far and based on his line, even if he nails, I don't know if he's got enough to move ahead of the top guys right now. He's just you've got to add some more dynamic moves. He doesn't have enough amplitude, really. 540 into the bank. As I say, he goes for a big trick, which is great.
Now let's see how he finishes, because he started to kind of wind his run down, and This one he finishes all the way through as the buzzer goes off, and Galushko will wrap up his run. Will it be better than a 76? Maybe, but it won't be good enough to get him on the podium. Well, the final's in the books, and what a final it was. CJ Wellsmore, with a lot of strategy, comes out with some new moves that wins him the gold medal. Soichiro gets silver, and Yoto Goto from Japan, the bronze. Hi everybody, welcome to the medal presentation for the aggressive inline skate men's final, and what a skate it was as we watch CJ Wellsmore take the gold medal. And CJ definitely had a great contest. He really came at it with a lot of strategy, and of course Goto gets third and he gets the bronze, and he lifts that up. And then silver will go to Soichiro Kaneshima, who won this event last year, and he secures second place, so congratulations to him. And winning gold here at the Kia World Extreme Games, the 2014 aggressive inline final, is none other than CJ Wellsmore. So he is stoked. He brought a lot of enthusiasm to the event today, and deservingly so. He walks away with the medal. So congratulations to CJ Wellsmore out of Australia. Once again, some of the greatest action sports athletes in the world have come and gone to Shanghai, China. The city is still buzzing with all the great memories these athletes leave us with. Until next year, I'm Paul Higgins. Thank you for watching the 2014 Kia World Extreme Games from Shanghai, China.